Hi guys, welcome. Oh, hang on a minute. My hair looks a little bit greasy. Just bear with me 1 second. There we go, much better. So, welcome to another beer review. I may not be good at many things, but being self-aware is one of my strong points, and basically we've got a beer from Beer52 as part of the hops project that they are doing, which was curated by Chris JJ Heaney, who is now the head of beer, and he was the head brewer over at Partisan, which is a brewery, admittedly, that I have got very limited experience with. The only one I had was the barley wine that they did for the 2016 Rainbow Project, which was supposed to be a collaboration with, I can't remember who it was, but I don't know what the story was, whether the brewery got bought out or they just couldn't commit to it, so Partisan were pretty much just left on their own to brew a beer, and it was a barley wine. And I wasn't the biggest fan of it, to be honest. But they are a brewery that I need to try more of. So, Chris, if you're watching this, I do apologise. And yeah, so they will be a brewery that I will be looking at in the future. But it's great to see that he's taken on this sort of project, and it's going to be interesting to see where Beer52 goes from now on. So basically, the hops project is just exactly what you think it is. It's a series of beers dedicated solely to hops, and all of these beers have been brewed for and by Beer52 by Brouwerij, I think, a contract brewery in Belgium who they use for, I think, all of their beers that they brew for themselves. So it's a really exclusive box. Although I think next month's box is going to be Can of the Year, which is going to be interesting, and I think that's a multi-brewery sort of project. But yeah, I've had a few of the Beer52 exclusive beers, and I've been somewhat impressed. There was a really nice New England IPA in the Irish box. I think it was the Beer52 one, and I did enjoy that one. But this today, and I've got to say, I absolutely love the artwork on this. And I tell you what, the artwork throughout the beers for this month's box are just absolutely fantastic. I did like an unboxing on my Instagram, and just, I want each and every label to come off these bottles perfectly because they just look so good. And I know that's such a shallow thing to say, but as someone who really likes to invest himself in graphic design and illustration and design in general, it really does appeal to me. And I think the branding for this box is some of the best beer branding that I've seen for a long time. And if there was a way to submit this series to a branding competition, I don't know if there's anything like that, then I would definitely put these guys forward, because the artists that they've got to collaborate with, and I think they've started up a little movement and relationship between beer and art. So Beer52 are going in a really intriguing direction, it would seem, and that just appeals to me so much. So hopefully the beers inside the bottles, which is the important thing, will be, just as good, if not better, than the artwork. And it's an all-encompassing thing at the end of the day, I find. You just need to look at the work of Casper Leidert from To All, and of course these are my go-to artists who I just love their work, and Keith Shaw from McKellar. They, you're buying into more than just a beer, so it's like a big experience if you want to look into it that way. If you're just there for the beer, which is what you should fundamentally be doing, there we go, saying fundamentally again, then that's awesome as well. But yeah, I just love the artwork, and especially on this beer. So we're going to look at the Chicago Shake today, and this is a tropical milkshake IPA. Just sounds absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? So this has been brewed with obviously water, hops, barley malt, oat flakes, wheat, lactose, passion fruit, mango, papaya and yeast. Bottled on the 19th of February and best for 19th of February 2019. And the artist in question is Daniel Aristizábal. I do apologise if I've I know I've mispronounced that, but I'll put his link down below. And of course, brewed by Brouwerij, so their links are down below also. But yeah, a tropical milkshake IPA brewed with actual fruit, and you can see that it's hazy in the bottle. But that artwork, just absolutely fantastic. Not sure what it's really about. It's a little bit abstract, but I do like it a lot. It's got sort of like an IKEA vibe to it, which could be a sacrilege way to look at the thing. But yeah, lovely label on the neck as well, and then a bright yellow bottle cap. So a very striking looking beer, I think you will agree. And this is coming in at 6.6% in 330ml bottle. So I'll quickly read you the description about the beer itself. So it's an IPA, but not as we know it. A creamy and fulsome bodied beer showcasing the full gamut that the big US hops have to offer, from sharp, mouth-watering citrus through candied fruit to dank herbal base notes. Superbly drinkable, yet deliciously decadent. And I'm not too sure what hops have been used in this one. Maybe it'll tell me on the bottle itself. So a cocktail of US big hitters here delivers everything from bright citrus pine and heavy dank moorishness. It's hard to read. It's like bright white text on a very pale blue background. In combo with a bucket load of actual tropical fruit. A luxurious, creamy mouthfeel completes the picture. And the hops used, it does say, are Amarillo, Cascade, Citra, Simcoe, and Mosaic. So it's all of those hops that you absolutely love in juicy American IPAs. And that's what the box is all about, showcasing different hops in different ways. There's I think it was is it a Citra IPA that they've done twice, but with the terroir of the hops. So you've got like an American version and then I think a European version. I can't remember. There's a lot going on in this box. It's not just, oh, this is this hop, this is this hop. There's a reason behind it, and that's what I really like about this. And of course, the lighting's gone a little darker, so let's see if we can adjust that a little. And yeah, 7 minutes in and I'm not even into the beer, so let's get that sorted. But yeah, I'm really excited to try this one. And I'm due to go in the pub soon, so I think this is a perfect beer to start off with. So let's see what we get when we pour it into the glass. And look at that, look how bright and luxurious that is, even in this low level lighting. But yeah, you can't see through that at all. Lovely sort of peachy notes there, lovely almost like pink grapefruit look to it as well. Yeah, breakfast juice in a glass, just so vibrant. It's got like a slight chalkiness to it, so it's not too harsh on the eye. Just a beautiful looking beer with a lovely spongy white head. Looks fantastic. So let's see what we get on the nose. It's absolutely gorgeous. That is just like fruity hop character. And the lights come back in, so let's adjust that again. I'm not going to edit this video, so you'll have to deal with it. There is a very subtle, like, danky, resiny note underneath, but you're getting peach like yogurt, you're getting all of that fruit in there. Big mango, tropical mango note. Subtle pine, almost has that sort of like pine nut. It smells absolutely gorgeous. It's so vibrant. And we're coming up towards the end of March, but it's big and punchy. It smells wonderful. It really, really does. So we're off to a good start. So let's give it a taste. Cheers. That's absolutely gorgeous. It's a tropical milkshake IPA. that lactose adds like a creamy milkiness to it, but it also has that sort of subtle sourness, which just helps lift it. But you're getting all of those fruits, but they don't overshadow the hoppy characters in there, and neither do the hoppy characters overshadow the fruits. And just everything works so nicely. Lovely big piney bitterness on the back end. That's where you're getting the more resiny characters. But up front, on the intake, it's all about those tropical fruits and that medley of American hops. Oh, it's big, it's vibrant, it's bold. Mouthfeel is, some may say, a little bit weak for a milkshake IPA, but that again, I can't really make that claim, because I don't know what you guys think. I can't, tell you how to think about a beer. But, when you think of a milkshake, you think of like really creamy. It does have that subtle creaminess, but I'd say you get more of that lactic sourness more than anything else from that. And then you've got that sort of like citrusy, puckering character from the fruits as well. But yeah, big, bold, beautiful. Almost has like a sherbety character to it as well. There's like just this little twang that I've not had in an IPA like this, or one that I can think of in recent memory. Yeah, I like that subtle sourness. It just helps lift it, and it adds a little bit of like a refreshing edge to the beer. This is wonderful. They should somehow brew this again in a different form, or to release, not just for the Beer52 shop, but if Beer52 ever venture into the bottle shop sort of market, or if I'm not sure if they've got their own sort of like tap house type thing, or if their own, because now they've got a shop online and stuff like that. But yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. This is something that I could just drink over and over again. I'm really, really in love with this beer. I just love it. It's like very subtle, like minty, parsley-esque herbal notes, which just work beautifully within the context of the beer with those other flavours. If you're loving your New England style IPAs right now, this is familiar and solid, but it's also got just that subtle element to it that helps differentiate it and gives it a little bit of like a bit of an individuality to it. If individuality is a proper word, I don't know. But yeah, I think you can tell that I'm absolutely in love with this beer, and no harshness whatsoever. So crushable, so drinkable, and it's getting a tiny bit warmer here in the UK. So I could happily sit outside with a few bottles of this. It's definitely the best beer that I've had that Beer52 have been involved in. And yeah, I think we've got to give a lot of credit to not only the guys over at Brouwerij for actually, brewing the beer, but also to Chris J.J. Heaney and his expertise. And it really shows with this beer. It really, really does. That is phenomenal. If you've been a bit unsure about some of the beers that Beer52 are producing themselves, which, yeah, rightfully so, because they're not a producer. They, started off as someone who brought beers together in boxes to ship out to people, and, they clearly love what they're doing, or else they still wouldn't be around now. And they've, given us some fantastic beers over the boxes that I've had, and the boxes that I've missed out on due to, like, personal and financial stuff. But this is a real triumph. It really is. From the artwork to the beer in the glass to the experience. Beautiful, beautiful beer. I love it. I love it. I love these fruit-infused IPAs. Anyway, you're getting all of that character coming through. It's not too sweet either. There is a subtle sweetness to it, almost like a pink grapefruit-like sweetness, but you're getting your blood orange, you're getting your like lemon, you name it. You know all those flavours, those fruits. You're picking it up in this beer. And I wish there was another bottle of this, because that's not going to last. So if you've tried this one, as always, let me know your thoughts, opinions. Are you a fan of what Brouwerij Anders do? Are you a fan of the beers that Beer52 have done? Are you a fan of Beer52? If you want to give it a try for yourself, I'll put my referral link down below so you can get a nice little discount on your first box. And it also helps me out a little bit. But of course, check out Brouwerij Anders, check out Beer52, check out Daniel Aristizábal for his beautiful artwork on this. And of course, check out my Beer52 playlist for more beers that I've received from these guys. And of course, check out my IPA playlist for some more spectacular examples of the style. And I hope you'll join me next time for another beer review. So I'm very excited about this box now, and I'm glad that I'll be sharing most of it with you guys as well, because there are some that I just want to drink on my own. I need to start getting into the habit of just enjoying beer without feeling the pressure to actually record a video. And yeah, beautiful stuff. Really, really is. What a lovely surprise, and what an even better introduction to this box. So yeah, 10 out of 10 from me. Beautiful stuff. It's because it's got that little element that just sets it apart from some of the other beers that are being brewed like this. And let's face it, 99% of the breweries are brewing stuff like this, which, you know, fantastic, because I do love it. But you can get burnt out when there's like a very popular style or brewing technique in vogue. So when it's sort of the same but different, a little bit of like Tony Wilson vibe going on there. You know, I've waffled on for way too long. It's a mess for a video. Started off with a good joke though. You've got to give me that. And yeah, I hope you'll join me next time for another beer review. Anyway, I've taken up way too much of your time. You've been a very patient audience, and I hope you'll join me next time for a considerably smaller review. He says. See you guys later.